Happy Turtle Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to my Ninja Turtles channel. We are going to be talking about the Ninja Turtles subreddit tonight, and we are going to be talking about Splintered Fate, the new game, which is out on PC now. 2 topics, so we have a lot to get to. Thank you all for joining me, Mutation Nation. Hold on to your shells. It's going to be a good show. Go Ninja! Go Ninja! Go! Go! Welcome to my Ninja Turtles channel. It's 9 p.m. in the Big Apple, and this is the Ninja Turtles show. How the shell are ya?
Cowabunga!
Your weekly live stream every Turtle Tuesday. We're talking about Ninja Turtles news, toys, cartoons, comics, movies, video games, and more.
Pizza heaven!
Whatever the shell we want. Tonight is no different. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Let's type a T in the chat if you don't mind. T for Turtles, of course, and T for thank you for joining me. We have a lot to get to. We're all typing a T in the chat, and we're all having a good Turtle Tuesday. Should be a good show, talking about Reddit and Redditors and the Ninja Turtles fan base. So thank you all for joining me. Happy Turtle Tuesday to all of you. Turtle power to all of you. A T for Turtles if you like the Ninja Turtles, and a T for thank you from me to you. Of course, hit the like button, slash the like button here on YouTube. Do this live stream every Turtle Tuesday and Ninja Turtles videos throughout the week. Go subscribe over on Rumble and make sure to follow along on Twitter, X, at my TMNT channel. The Reddit story all starts tonight from Twitter. My wild tweets started one of our stories tonight. I set up a chain reaction on my Twitter. So you're missing out if you're not following over there. You're missing out at my TMNT channel. I tweeted something a week ago, an innocent tweet from innocent old me, and set up a chain reaction of events that led to one of our stories tonight. So make sure to go follow over there. And thank you all for joining me, of course. Type in a T for all of you. T for thank you to all of you. And we're sending some special thoughts to Stephen Murphy tonight, our pal, of course. And I wanted to say hello to Daniel, King Laffy, Cowabunga Studios, Gen X Catholic, S13, Stephen Murphy. What is up, everybody? Bonjour, of course, another Turtle Tuesday. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? So thank you all for joining me. Wanted to get right into it. A very important show. Wanted to get right into it. So, of course, the first thing I wanted to mention tonight, Reddit. TMNT Reddit. Are any of you on Reddit? I'm not even on Reddit, but I'm aware of it, and I gotta say, the Reddit stereotypes, they're true. The people on Reddit are a goofy type of people. It's an echo chamber. I guess you could say. It's a certain kind of people there. They self-select, and they weed out everyone else. Reddit, the site, is an echo chamber. It's only one kind of person. You know, there's a variety. Not everyone, of course, but there's definitely one kind of person over on Reddit. The stereotypes are true. And of course, the TMNT subreddit is not immune to that either. The people on the TMNT subreddit, it's only representative of a certain kind of the fan base. Only a certain portion of the Ninja Turtles fan base. It's not representative of everyone. They'll make it seem that way because, the people on the website, those will be the only people you see on Reddit. It's only a certain kind of people, so it seems like those are the only people. But they have a little bit of a smug attitude. A little bit arrogant, a little bit hysterical as well. So a while back, I posted something, and we're going to check out all their reactions tonight on Reddit, the TMNT subreddit. I posted something on Twitter a while back, and they reposted it to Reddit. Someone copied my little meme there, my little tweet, and they wrote, "I don't think this guy actually likes TMNT." And you'll see 700 likes and counting, over 250 comments. So it's kind of not viral, but it's a pretty popular post on the TMNT subreddit a few days ago. A lot of posts don't get that many likes. So this was kind of a lot of eyes on this. A lot of people chimed in. A lot of people reacting to my tweet I made a while back, a little meme I made on November 5th. So as you can see, the meme, really not an original meme. TMNT then and TMNT now, posted over on my Twitter. Nothing too dramatic, but little meme, little political season meme as well, a then versus now meme. As you can see, the person on the left is a little more traditional, and the person on the right is a little, they're kind of being a try hard. They're really trying to look kooky and quirky to mixed reviews. So it was a political tweet, And the people on Reddit freaked out over this. They were very offended by my mild, unoriginal tweet, and the reactions were telling, of course. It's a kind of a generic tweet, just a goofy kind of thing I post over on Twitter. Nothing too fancy, that meme. It's a pretty, cut and dry, then versus now. It's nothing too provocative. It's nothing too crazy, but it set people off. As I have a tendency to do, I have people get set off by things. I trigger people. Just to being my lovable self sets people off. So they, it set off a chain reaction of events, and someone posted it a few days later on the Reddit, and everyone chimed in about my little meme. A really, honestly, an inoffensive meme. Nothing too provocative. Really not even political. Frankly, but the comments came pouring in. So top person here, I don't even know what the F this is supposed to mean. And the next person says, the guy used to be attracted to the turtles, I think. So, and then the third post, he wants to F those turtles. So right off the bat, the smug, arrogant, pretentious Redditor, the people on Reddit, they have that pretentious attitude. Actually, excuse me, but you didn't know this. They love correcting people, educating people. And frankly, they're wrong a lot of the time. These people are wrong. They're not the majority of people. They think they're majority, but it's only because they've scared everyone else off. These people are just a fraction of the population. They're hysterical, they're dramatic, and they have a hive mind over on Reddit. So when someone steps out of line like me and posts an innocent little meme, it threatens them. And it sets them off because the meme is true. So they immediately go to weird sexual stuff. I don't understand how you're going to get the sexual stuff from this picture. It's not too provocative at all. As S13 is saying, not too provocative at all. Hey, do straighten. It's really quite a tame meme. But they're so threatened by it. The hive mind over at Reddit, the TMNT Redditors are so shocked by someone thinking on their own and not just going with the flow and going with the popular crowd to fit in. It sets them off. So right off the bat, I don't know where they get sexual stuff from this post, honestly. So the majority of the comments had something to do along those lines. He wants to F the turtles. He used to be attracted to the turtles. He wants to F the turtles. He wants to F April. He wants, talking about me, he wants to F April. He wants to F the girls in the picture. And he can't F anybody. He's an incel. So they did the full round the world of everyone, they're fantasizing this weird sexual stuff right after that. I don't know where they get that from this picture. That's a bizarre attitude and a bizarre thing to think of. Anytime these people see anything, they immediately go to weird sexual stuff. So that's a them problem. That's not a me problem. There's nothing inferred or implied with this meme. Nothing implied along those lines. So that's a them. If that's what they perceive from this meme, they got a problem. These Redditors. And they're a bad representation of Ninja Turtles fans, is what I'm getting at here. These people on Reddit are delusional if they think that. And the next group of comments were along this line. The delusional, paranoid, bizarre comment. So this person writes, this is how they pull kids into bro alt-right culture. A 9-year-old starts innocently watching videos about TMNT. The algorithm sends him to TMNT Nick Fuentes. Then it just sends him to straight Nick Fuentes. Good chance it's a Russian. Either way, the guy knows what he's doing and it's purposeful. He doesn't care about TMNT. He's just funneling views to the oligarch class propaganda machine. Wow. So that is certainly a comment to leave on my silly little meme picture with the two girls there. That is certainly an interpretation. Frankly, I did make a video about Nick Fuentes and the Ninja Turtles. He talked about them for 5 minutes. Any public figure that talks about the Ninja Turtles for 5 minutes, I'm going to make a video about them. I also made a video about AOC. Am I funneling people to AOC, the female congressperson? I made a video about Kim Kardashian and the Ninja Turtles. Am I funneling people to Kim Kardashian? Am I a Kim K? Am I keeping up with the Kardashians undercover operative here? Good chance it's a Russian. It is a Russian. That's bizarre. So this is like Q level, like QAnon level, mental illness, paranoid, bizarre, tinfoil hat stuff. They think I'm a Russian operative, like I'm in the Russian army. I made a video about Rihanna and the Ninja Turtles. I'm in the Rihanna Navy. I'm a special operative of the Rihanna Navy. I'm funneling people to Fenty with Rihanna, of course. I make Ninja Turtles videos. I'm not a political operative for anyone. I make Ninja Turtles videos. So that's a paranoid, bizarre reaction to my silly little meme. So A bunch of the comments were like that. These Redditors are just out of control, and they're a bad look for the Ninja Turtles fan base. And it's like we're all swimming in a pool, and these Redditors are peeing in the pool, and people get out of the pool once these Redditors start stinking up the place with their opinions. They live in an echo chamber, and they're bizarre. They're this fringe group, and they scared away everyone else, so they think their fringe beliefs are normal. I'm a normal TMNT fan. They're not normal. Oligarch class propaganda machine, delusional. So moving right on. First group of comments, sexual. Second group, all like political, paranoid, schizo kind of comments. My innocent meme comparing the two girls, the traditional and the modern try hard. It's, it was election day. One is Trump's granddaughter. The other one was like Kamala's daughter or something. It was a light throwaway meme, frankly. I made it on my phone. So next group of comments after that, a large portion and a growing population on the TMNT Reddit are people that are on my side. It used to be no one on my side a couple years ago, and now the tides have turned, and more people are realizing that my beliefs and opinions are normal, and the beliefs over on Reddit are bizarre. People like me and Tato Ruzu and you guys, we're the regular people, and they're the weird ones on Reddit. They're the fringe people, and I'm part of the majority. I'm part of the average normal group, non-Redditors. So this person is part of the third group that is a reasonable person. Indie Blue Ninja, big shout out to Indie Blue Ninja. They wrote, I'm going to assume this actually has no real relation to using images of women, just that he used one who is trying super hard to be quirky and picked up one that isn't as the before. On that note, it's just not covering the full span of what TMNT is actively being right now. In some forms, yeah, that's very true to what some of Nick and Paramount has been trying to do. Not liking it doesn't make him not a fan, but he's also missing the other angles of currently and recently running TMNT media. That would need a pic of a badass lady to represent it. I mean, neither of those ladies would properly represent the Ronin universe, among others. Fandom isn't a cult. People don't have to like everything, and sometimes there are periods that leave some less enthused. Even the newbies who stick around long term will eventually find that true. Just wait until it picks up Gen Alpha humor. Those days are fast coming. Universe, have mercy on us all. Indie Blue Ninja has been skibbity maxing their Sigma, and they are on fire. I agree with Indie Blue Ninja. Some things, you don't have to be a fan of everything to be a fan. You don't have to be a sycophant, and if they poop in a bag and put a Ninja Turtles logo on it, you don't have to like that. And this person has a reasonable interpretation of what I was posting. I'm not making a comment on the women. One is quirky. That's it. But, and obviously I'm not covering the full span of what TMNT is right now. It's a meme. When you make a meme, you have to boil things down. You have to simplify and exaggerate. And I did. I only used 4 words in my whole meme. Just 4 words. TMNT then, TMNT now, generated 700 hater likes, 250 comments. Brevity is wit, they say, and I am witless. I don't even know more than 4 words. So the people that are agreeable and on our side, my side, whatever, if it's a side, whatever you want to call it. But they're growing. They're sick of this stuff. These Redditor people, they're sick of it. And the people who agree with my reasonable takes, I just want to return to normalcy. The people on Reddit want like hardcore left-wing propaganda. They want like hardcore political left-wing LGBTQ racial propaganda. I just want normal entertainment. But because they're so fringe and far out there, they view me as like some enemy. I'm a regular normal TMNT fan. They're the fringe ones that want everyone to be trans and girlfriend and, everything is fighting fascism and stuff like that. This is Ninja Turtles. And those people, those type of fans, they've really colonized Reddit. They've taken it over. They're confident and they're loud, but they are crazy and wrong. And they're not representative of the larger group. And frankly, they're a turnoff to normal people. Imagine you go to the Ninja Turtles Reddit and you see like Donatello kissing Casey Jones, like weird fan art, like lolly, whatever, it's bizarre. So I'm a normal person. They're strange for wanting like hardcore left-wing liberal. I need politics and everything. There's always been politics in the Ninja Turtles, and the Ninja Turtles have always been about fighting fascism. It's bizarre. That's a bizarre take. And I'm closer to the target audience than them. There are more people like me than them. I'm the majority. They're the weirdos. So being a fan doesn't mean supporting everything. And I suggest don't buy a bad game just to show the powers that be that there's interest in the games. Quit supporting this bad stuff. Quit telling them it's okay to do this bad stuff. Mutants Unleashed bombed for a reason. Mutants Unleashed bombed for a reason. So there's not a market for that. Just little old me and my little old memes. TMNT then, TMNT now. 700 plus likes and 200 plus comments. I still got it. So it's funny. I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of these people, but at the same time, they're a bad representation of the Ninja Turtles fan base, and they're a turnoff to regular people. Imagine you're just a stranger and you go check out the Ninja Turtles Reddit and it's all this pride flag stuff. I frankly do whatever you want to an extent. I don't want to do what thou wilt kind of thing. Do as thou wilt. But they're all activists over there. And they're like, they care about the message more than the story. They need politics in their entertainment, and I don't want that. So they view me as an enemy because I threaten their little echo chamber. I'm showing people that you don't have to go along with the hive mind. You can think on your own. You don't have to agree with everyone on Reddit because you're scared of getting disliked because you're, trying to gather Reddit like button karma or whatever. So that's my experience with my Twitter. I tweeted a little tweet and it ended up on the TMNT Reddit and set people off for a little topic of discussion. But they can't handle that there. They can't handle a little friendly discussion. It shakes their worldview to think that someone could think differently than them. It shakes their worldview, shatters their worldview, and they're just crying in their boots. And of course, everyone over on the TMNT Reddit, they call everyone a Nazi and a bigot and a fascist and you're racist and sexist, and no one cares anymore because these people are bizarre and delusional, and they're fringe echo chamber people, and they're just loud and confident. They have nothing to do but yell on social media all day. Bizarre people, and a real turnoff to regular people. So that's my little spiel about the TMNT Reddit being colonized by a bad group of people that they aren't really even TMNT fans. They just like the political messaging, but that's that. So that's the wrong way. You have two paths you can go down, and one is TMNT Reddit. It goes down a dark path, the toxic positivity, the hive mind, closed off, them versus us mentality. They want less people in the fan base if they disagree. I'm trying to grow the pie. I'm trying to get more people, more eyes on the Ninja Turtles. I'm trying to grow the pie. But the TMNT Reddit people, sometimes people view social media and it leads them down a dark path, and they make games like Mutants Unleashed, listening to the wrong parts of the fan base, the vocal minority. Think about the silent majority. Don't pander to the vocal, loud, screeching minority. The smaller portion of the country. Quit pandering to them, because you get games like Mutants Unleashed, which was a big flop. I'm going to show you a chart. One player was playing when I pulled this chart just a little bit ago. One person. The game came out 2 weeks ago, less than a month ago. And one person is playing right now. 45 people played. 45 people played at the peak. This was a horrible game. Mutant Mayhem did okay. It wasn't a smash hit. It turned a lot of people off. Tales of the TMNT TV show flopped, and this game flopped, pandering to a small fringe portion of the Ninja Turtles fan base. The vocal minority, the loud screeching, shrieking fringe minority. It's very sad indeed that no one played this game. But they're chasing the wrong portion of the fan base. They should be chasing the right portion of the fan base, like Splintered Fate. This is a game with no BS in it. This is a game with no nonsense. There's no pronouns in this game, as far as I could tell. There's no modern political stuff shoehorned in. There's no nonsense. It's just a good game. It would be a good game if it weren't a Ninja Turtles game. But it is a Ninja Turtles game, so that makes me like it a little bit more. So Splintered Fate is grown up and mature. It's got a cool story. It's got like this Groundhog Day kind of story. And it had a great debut. The Turtles are stuck in like a time loop. They're like reliving the same story over and over and over. But this had a bigger peak than 45 people, almost 1,500 people. And you could see each day people are playing the game and then they're coming back the next day to play it again. And the group of people playing the game is actually growing the first few days. So this game launched and it grew day over day. And people are returning day in, day out to continue playing the game. So this is a positive release. This is a good release of a good game without any nonsense. And like I mentioned, it's called Splintered Fate. Splinter has been captured, and the turtles are stuck in like a loop. It's like Groundhog Day, Back to the Future, where they're living the same scenario over and over again. And you could see here, great. It was in the top 100 sellers for a little bit. Very positive reviews. Thousands of copies sold. It's like $25-$30 for the game, reasonably priced. I've already played it more than I played Shredder's Revenge since it came out in 2022. I played this game for like maybe 25 hours. So $1 an hour, great return on my little purchase here for my game. I think I've only played Shredder's Revenge for like 10 hours. I played Wrath of the Mutants for like 3. And this game I've already played like 20 or 30 hours. So highly recommend Splintered Fate. Great game, no nonsense, not pandering to the mythical modern audience. Great music as well. 4 levels in this game. And it's a very challenging game. You play the same 4 levels over and over and over again, but each time you play, the levels change. The enemies change. Your strength changes, like you do upgrades each level and like modifiers. There are different strengths and powers. Each time you play the game, you get different strengths and powers. You can have a different focus on this or that. So I highly recommend this game. It's repetitive but it's not boring in a weird way, in a good way. So I gotta say, let me play the. I'm gonna try and play the trailer real fast to Splintered Fate. I think you guys have already seen this. This game originally came out on Apple Arcade a year ago, so this isn't even a new game. This was out on Apple Arcade, and now it's out on PC and Nintendo Switch. So this game has been out for over a year, but it still had a great successful launch. It was exclusive to one platform, but now it's on PC and Nintendo Switch. Let me play you the trailer real fast.
Father? Father! He's gone, guys. What do we do now?
We stop talking and start smashing, that's what.
All over again. Practice makes perfect. Boss vibes in the house. I need to
Learn
collect
with
more
every
data,
battle.
whatever it takes.
Nice.
Your family's doom is at hand.
Face down legendary villains.
Your brothers. Your pathetic fool of a father.
In a bodacious
We're gonna
TMNT
come get
co-op
you, Sensei.
experience.
Nothing's getting in our way.
So I highly recommend this game. It's got Shredder, Bebop and Rocksteady, Leatherhead, Karai. Of course, it's like a fighting beat 'em up game. It was originally a phone game, so it's not like the most complicated game visually, but it looks great. Music is good. Fun game to play. Good gameplay. Not boring. You level up like you level up your powers all the time, and it's like not boring or anything. So. Oh, the camera's so far away. Yeah, I kind of have it shrunk on my screen too. It looks better full screen probably. But and let me pull up these just pictures. They probably look a little bit better up close. You can see a little bit more detail. But yeah, you get to fight Shredder, and the gameplay is fun. It's not repetitive. Great music. The whole game kind of has like a moody, depressing vibe. Like the turtles are stuck in this loop trying to rescue Splinter, and you're fighting all these bad guys. And even the bad guys like know that they're stuck in a loop too. It's like everyone is trapped with magic or something. No, I haven't the game is like you beat the full 4 levels, and then like you just like gather strength and progress from there. So I have beat Shredder recently. I finally beat the first 4 levels, and now the game really starts. So there's Foot Elite, and there's changes every time you play the game. So like each level you play, you go in with different strengths and powers. It's not boring. It's not repetitive. It's fun to play. It's addictive. Honestly, I was like stocking up my powers. I'm charging up my guys. And the game is pretty complex too. There's a lot going on in the game, and there's Foot Clan, there's Mousers, all the classic villains and stuff. And but the game is a little bit confusing. There's honestly so much going on. You can have like water power, fire power. You get astral powers. Like on the astral plane, there's dragon coins, dreamer coins to power up. There's tools and specials, and attacks and dashing and upgrades and modifiers. There's like 1,000 different variables in this game. So it's like there's like 1,000 different variables and factors each run you play, and they're different. They're like randomly generated each time you play. So even though you level up, sometimes you end up with like one power versus another, and certain powers are more beneficial than others. So there's like a random nature to the powers that are generated for you, and you get to level up and modify your character with like experience and new fighting tactics and stuff like that. So honestly, I've been playing. I was going to do a video over the week. I was just playing this game. I was addicted to playing this game the past week or whatever. There's a free demo on Steam too. I recommend just checking out the free demo on Steam to check out the game if you want to play it. Demo was great. Demo hooked me. Got the game. And this was actually the My Ninja Turtles channel Ninja Turtles Game of the Year in 2023. So good for them. And it was the only Ninja Turtles game that came out in 2023, but it still won the Game of the Year. And it's a contender, again, for a Game of the Year in 2024. In 2024, pardon me. So, highly recommend Splintered Fate. And Tom Waltz, the comic book writer, was involved in this game. Tom Waltz contributed to the story or wrote the story in the game, helped out. He was a consultant or writer or something. So, Tom Waltz from the comic books wrote this game. So, it has the comic book look, the comic book story, the comic book feel. And, I think this is what Tom Waltz may have been focused on during the period where like Armageddon game was coming out. So I think Tom Waltz may have been focused on writing this game instead of, during the Sophie Campbell led period of the comics. I think this was what Tom Waltz was working on because the story is cool. And as you progress in the game, the story progresses as well. You're doing this repetitive stuff, and each time you go through a level, you're asking like, why am I doing this again? And even the enemies are saying, oh, we're here again. So even though they know that they're stuck in a loop as well. So pretty fun. Stephen Murphy never really cared for Bebop and Rocksteady. Yep. Some people, they're too goofy. They're too silly. They're from the 1987 cartoon. But there's it's a serious version of them. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a chaotic villain, crazy, tough villain. So it's like it's a tough version of Bebop and Rocksteady, like the comic book version. So highly recommend Splintered Fate. No nonsense, like the TMNT Reddit. No nonsense in Splintered Fate. Hats off to all the people that made this game and contributed to it. Great graphics, great gameplay, fun. It's an intelligent game. It's not like a baby kids game. It has great replayability, great music, very fun. Highly, highly recommend this game. It's great. The only thing I said, there's some it's a little too confusing. There's a lot going on. I don't know what all, I'm not the biggest gamer, so a lot of these things, I don't know, maybe this is normal for gamer people. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of modifications. I don't even know what to save. I don't even know what to focus on in the game, but there's all this progression. There's like 10 different ways you can progress in the game. So pretty fun. I highly recommend Splintered Fate. No nonsense. They're making it for the bulk of the fan base, for the normal TMNT fans, and it seems to be working out for them positively. Much better than Mutants Unleashed. You can keep making Mutants Unleashed if you want. Oh, you can celebrate 45 people playing your game and consider that a hit. You can pretend Tales of the TMNT is a smash hit. It's being reviewed poorly. No one's watching it. It hasn't made any waves. It's not the right tone. It's not the right angle. Got to make something a little mature, not for the preschool crowd. So it's a roguelike game. It's a roguelike game like Hades. Everyone says it's a lot like Hades. It's a roguelike. No two runs are the same. Highly recommend Splintered Fate. It's tough being a Ninja Turtles fan. You get a tale of two cities, a tale of two worlds. The Prince and the Pauper. You get stuff you like. You get stuff you don't like. Sometimes you get the TMNT Reddit with a bunch of nonsense opinions and a bunch of silly people. And sometimes you get Splintered Fate. It's a great game. No complaints. I'm a stickler. I'm a total uptight weirdo. I'm a total Ninja Turtle weirdo, and I have no complaints about. I have some complaints about Splintered Fate, but honestly, it's a great game. So that's how it is. Sometimes you get good stuff. Sometimes you get bad stuff. That's life. It's bittersweet. Guess you could say life at best is bittersweet. And the news portion of the show is over. Now it's tea time. That's bittersweet as well. That the show is. I wish sometimes I just want to stay live. So that's why I do this tea time. We get to chill out and relax for a little bit now. Chill out and relax for a little bit. Now I get to crack open my window and we get to hang out for a little bit. Just us, just the crew, just hanging out. So what do you guys have to say about that? Eclectic Sheep, Tom Waltz, say less, I'm sold. Yeah, what a good writer. Hey Jason, how's it going? Hey Tato Russo, it's a good game, I agree. Cash Cruz, I hated how Bebop and Rocksteady were doing a battle of the bands instead of fighting, and then they gave up without doing a song. It's like, what was the point of anything? Yeah, they didn't even fight, and they didn't even jam out. Yeah, and I said there's no pronouns in the game. Of course, there are obviously traditionally used standard pronouns. I was implying there's no crazy gender ideology. There's no characters with trans surgery scars. There's nothing that's awkwardly jammed in to prove some political point. The story and the gameplay comes first, and there may be a political message to the game. I haven't 100%ed the game yet, so there may be some kind of political stuff in the game, but I haven't reached it. And if it is in there, it's done well. You can include political stuff, just you got to do it well. I guess what people are saying when they don't include political stuff, they're just saying you didn't include it well, or the game isn't good enough to make it worthwhile. But who knows? Who knows? But so that's that. That's the little wrap up for now. I gotta say, Tales of the TMNT. It didn't. Tales of the TMNT. It was not a great show. It might have been a good show, but it was not a great show. It wasn't in the top 10 list of shows. It's not getting good reviews. It isn't being watched by anyone. How is it a good show? It's not being critically reviewed. No one's watching it. So it would be nice to have a good show, a good TMNT show that really hits on a huge scale. And Tales of the TMNT is not that. So who knows? Hey, Latin TMNT. Hey, Latin Ninja TMNT nerd. How's it going? Deuce Drayton says, take back what I said. What did I say? Don't say Mutants Unleashed is terrible. If TMNT had a friendly version of the Persona games. Well, it certainly didn't do well. I haven't even played it, and a lot of people haven't played it. I hear there's too many cutscenes, it's too much dialogue. And for what it is, it might not be the worst game, but just they're barking up the wrong tree. And I don't have to like everything, so I do stand by that. They wasted their time and money on that game. That game had to be a financial failure, and it's a critical failure, and it turns people off from the Ninja Turtles. But speaking of good shows, the #1 TV show in the land, The Penguin. I just watched The Penguin. I'm not going to do any spoilers here, but I liked The Penguin. I thought it was great. I'm going to give you a quick review here. #1 show in the land, Penguin, grown up, mature. I gotta say, great show. Really, really enjoyed it, but too dark and too scary, too mature, too much gore, I felt. Penguin makeup was great, but the show is I like when a villain is conniving, not just evil. And I felt the show was too much, over the top, but I did think it was really, really good. Really liked The Penguin. No spoilers or anything, but yeah, I gotta say, also Penguin, I gave a little quick Joker 2 review a few weeks ago. Real quick tying in Joker 2 and Penguin. They both have like a grown-up lady in it. Like 2024, Year of the Old Lady. The Penguin has that lady in it. She's like 40. She's a total... she's like a strong female lead. That's how you do a strong female lead. And same with Joker 2. Lady Gaga, she's like 40. And she's, very attractive, but not like a tradition. She has a very unique look. So I gotta say, Year of the Old Lady. I love Sophia in The Penguin. I love Sophia, and I love Lady Gaga in Joker 2. I never really thought about wanted to mention this in my quick Joker 2 review. I'd never seen Lady Gaga like that. As a mental patient, Lady Gaga's kind of hot. I never thought I would think that, appreciate her that way. She's hot. I don't know. She dances in the movie a couple times. I thought, wow, I saw her in a new light. So Penguin was good, #1 show, and Ninja Turtles could have that too. Don't settle for a crummy kids show. Don't settle for a little preschool show. Don't settle for some sloppy, churned out, cranked out game. The Mutant Mayhem happened to do well. People were starved for a Ninja Turtles movie. It had been almost 10 years since they got a Ninja Turtles movie, and cooped up, waiting for something that they could do better. It did well. It was an adequate movie. It was fine. It was average. I want something spectacular. I want to knock it out of the park. I don't want an adequate, passable, serviceable movie. Tatoruzu, loved The Penguin. Started watching it after you mentioned it. Oh, great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've never watched any of those Sopranos or The Wire, those like gangster violence shows. It was a little too much for me. If that was R, maybe PG-13, I don't know. Maybe a light R, not a hard R. So, what can I say? And Do Straighten, you were not rude. But yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm happy to have you here. It's good we disagree. You should be defending a game. Maybe you defend it and I ended up enjoying it or something. Cowabunga Studios says the next mutation is for me the second worst TMNT show. It was very bad. It was, and at least it was charming in a likable kind of weird way. But so that's my review of The Penguin and Joker 2 and Splintered Fate and Reddit. And that's my big review wrap up. That's tea time. That's why I have to open the window for all this hot air. Had to open the window for all that tea time hot air. Had to crack open the window to let out some hot air. Ah. Now we can just hang for a sec. Oh, let me go. Let me step outside. Hit my pizza vape one time. 2-puff pizza turtle Tuesday. Pizza vape. 2-puff pizza Tuesday. Ah. Just nice to hang out with the crew for a little bit. Might be upgrading my setup. I might be redoing some stuff on my stream. So this might be the last setup like this, but we'll see how it goes. I'll be back, but maybe just in a different form of some sort. Who knows how it'll go. But Esley says, did you like 2012 TMNT? Yes, I did. I saw it just the other day. It ended 7 years ago. I saw the 7-year end of the show. The 2012 show really got me really into the TMNT in like 2016 or 2016. It was season 4, and I saw the episode The Super Shredder of the 2012 show, and I thought, I love the Ninja Turtles. It really just set me off just watching that one episode. Love the 2012 show. Of course, it's not perfect, has a little bit of fluff, but great show. Love it. Love it. Love it. Stephen Murphy would love to see a TMNT show in the Penguin vibes called Nagi. Yeah, I'd like something just adult and mature. It doesn't need to be especially gory and violent, but give me a PG-13 show for adults. Something serious, something not so goofy. And that's what you got to do to get the #1 show. People want an adult show. And guess what? Kids will watch it too. All these, little badass 10-year-olds. Why are you even pitching? Why would you make a show for 5 to 8-year-olds? Let's make a 3-year range, 5 to 8-year-olds. How about you make a show for everyone above 18? That's everyone. That's the whole population. And all the little kids, they're going to watch anyway. They'll find a way. So I'd like something adult and mature. It doesn't need to be excessively violent, but people are ready for that. And people respond to that. And people, oh no, TMNT needs to stay a kid's brand. What if they said that with Batman? They wouldn't have originally got that 1989 movie with Michael Keaton. That set off a whole revolution of comic book movies, proving that they could be mature and they weren't stupid and hokey. Quit doing the stupid, hokey preschool kids thing. They're blowing it. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it fails. Rise failed. It was not good. It got canceled after a season and a half. No one was watching it. It wasn't successful. People don't want one of these goofy, derpy, oh, LOL, lol's random. They don't want that show. They don't want that for Ninja Turtles. It doesn't work. And Tales of the TMNT did the same thing too. It didn't work. But who knows? Tatoruzu says kids were watching Squid Game. They don't care. Yeah. So it's interesting, but who knows? Different strokes for different folks, I guess. But they only appeal to one portion of the fan base. Appeal to everyone else. Appeal to the silent majority. They're out there. They're willing to watch. Visualize the Ninja Turtles on the top 10 most streamed shows list. Visualize the Ninja Turtles as a contender. They could be a contender. You don't have to settle for some niche weird show in the corners of the internet that no one watches. Think about it. But so that's that. That's my little rant. That's my spiel about the Ninja Turtles for tonight. I think I've said it all. Perhaps I've said too much. I shared my feelings about Lady Gaga. Perhaps I've said too much. And that girl and Sophia from The Penguin. What's her name? Kristen Miolotti or whatever. I didn't like her haircut in The Penguin. I don't like that fringe bang, pixie cut, blunt, short hair look. I like long, normal, feminine hair. I like that. So she had that kind of like edgy, chopped up look. I don't like that haircut look, but you're the old lady. They could have got like 20-year-old little Hollywood girls, LA, actresses to do those roles. But they got some 40-year-old women, and I enjoyed it. What can I say? I never thought I would say that, but Hats off to the old ladies. Not that 40 is old, but just, you know, you're used to seeing 18-year-olds in all these Hollywood movies. So they want unique looks, so good for them. That's enough for the show. That's enough rambling. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you all for joining me. Cowabunga Studios, Cash Cruz, Eclectic Sheep, Tato Ruzu, Gen X Catholic, S13, Esley, Daniel, JR24, Stephen Murphy. Thank you all for joining me. Geo, thank you for joining me. Do Straight, I appreciate it. I hope you all had a nice Turtle Tuesday talking about Reddit, the TMNT subreddit, and talking about Splintered Fate. Highly recommend Splintered Fate. Go get it. And I have faith that the TMNT subreddit can be converted. They will fall in line. They can be led. They can be changed. They can be persuaded. And I've already started to do it. We've all started doing it. There's the best is yet to come. Life at best may be bittersweet, but the best is yet to come. T for thank you. T for Turtle Tuesday. Thank you all for joining me. I've said it all. Perhaps I've said too much. Just one thing left to say on this wonderful Turtle Tuesday. I do this live stream every Turtle Tuesday, and Ninja Turtles videos throughout the week. Got one coming up. Are the TMNT Black Coated? A provocative, controversial video coming up pretty soon. As soon as I get around to it. I've been addicted to playing Splintered Fate. I'll get around to editing it pretty soon. So check it out. Thank you all for joining me. Happy Turtle Tuesday. Just one thing left to say. Cowabunga! Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and share this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Ninja Turtles videos like this.